Lady time again. From the deepest jungles to the outmost reaches of space and beyond the veils of death itself, the Bald and Bonkers boys are back for another episode. It's no secret that you won't know what will happen next, but Dakota Franson and Chris Mole promise that all bets are off. Viewer discretion and straitjackets advised. These two idiots live up to the name.
We're live.
Was that glitching out for you too?
No, it played absolutely perfect for me this time.
Oh, not for me. But anyway, hello everybody.
I would just like to say to everybody in the chat, thank you for becoming a member of the Bald and Bonkers crew.
Yes, thanks, Dots. I saw that you subscribed earlier. I know you're probably watching Elena's webinar that's going right now, but thanks anyway. You know,
Was
it's
Elena got a
We'll
webinar
allow
going
it.
now?
Yeah, she does like.
Has
one,
Elena
like,
got a
once
webinar
month.
going? Does she do one?
She does want.
I'm
trying to answer you. That's not what I do.
You sound like that guy there that does what is that? Staying alive. What's his name? What's his
I
name?
can do
Come
a
on,
good
he's
Bee
one of the Bee
impression.
Gees.
I know the name of the band, but don't know the dude's name. But yes, I can do a good Bee Gees impression.
Yeah.
Oy.
We've got new members now. Lawrence, welcome to the crew. We've got who else? Oh, there's Stephanie. Welcome. There's who else have we got in the chat there? Everybody's popping up there.
Barry
Barry Gibb.
What?
Barry Gibb.
Barry Gibb. I don't recognize that one. Hello.
Staying alive. No.
Is that girlfriend of yours
kick you
between the legs, man?
I think I would have made a great Bee Gees singer. What do you think? Come on, the Saturday Night Fever. You're too young for that. What am I thinking? You're only 27. Come on, he's only 27, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday Night Fever.
20 what?
27.
Oh dear God! The way you said it, you made it sound like you were saying I was 20 semen.
Well, maybe that's what happened when they were the race to the egg. They seen the egg, and we've got 20 seamen coming over the corner. And now it's down to 22. 22. Oh my God, 3 of them have fell over, and now it's down to 18.
Well, my father was a heavy smoker, and that's supposed to cause low sperm count. But how many kids that man ended up having?
Swim, little guy. There was this wee one in the front with a kind of sailor arm, and he was swimming, and he nearly made it, and he made it in. You know, with wee tail. The rest of them all floating.
How did we get into talking about sperm?
It was him that brought it up.
I know it was me trying to catch the way you talk, man. My God.
What do you mean? Hey, the new Scottish episode. A Bold and Bonkers.
I know. Everybody says that guy's so Scottish he needs subtitles. The subtitles fucking break on him.
Look, your pals, all your UFO pals seem to think I'm Irish.
Yeah. Oh no, they weren't pals. They were one of those groups they were one of those groups that claims to study. They claim to study, the stories of contactees, but in reality, all they do is just trash talk like little bitches.
You get that? People don't have a clue what they're talking about.
I know. And it's like, people will probably say, Dakota, that's not becoming of you to say that. I'm calling it like it is. Why does the discussion always have to turn into these little gossip groups? Like, this person's messed up. Oh, this person's messed up. Oh, this one. You're fucking up the whole point, guys. That's what I'm saying.
So, guys,
we're supposed to be coming together trying to understand what's going on.
We should do a special video once a month just for the members of the channel. An hour episode once a month where we talk pish about everybody in the community, and you get to hear us talking pish about people in the community. Only
we already talk pish on the main show. What are you talking about?
That's very true, because there's a lot of fakers in the community, especially the paranormal world, the ghosty world, and stuff like that. You're going to get this. You're going to get the fakers in the UFO community, and you're going to get the fakers in the ghost community. It's going to happen.
You know, I mean, you're the ones that
there's an
think
alien!
that they're the next, Zach Bagans, but don't actually have a clue what the hell is going on, and copy what everybody else is doing, and takes advantage of the fact that AI. And guess what? There's AI, the detective. AI has been used in programs.
Yeah, that's very true. And look, guys, you're going to get this. You're going to get this everywhere. So tonight we're talking about, what are we talking about tonight? Strange occurrences.
Let's call it like a current events. I mean, we're only 2 months left in 2023. We're supposed to be in the end game right now. It's bounced from the end of the year till about 6 months. Oh,
remember?
Oh, she got it figured out.
Yay!
We'll put her on the big screen.
Come
Welcome.
on, guys, join up as a member.
I don't remember
it's
that
only
one.
99 cents.
Only 99 cents through YouTube, and you get the
cents,
special
guys.
little
£1 a month, $1 a month.
We got some big projects we're trying to build up towards. And my day job.
Come on, guys, $1 a month. Yeah, $1 a month, and plus you might get an extra video with it.
Please help. Dakota's got a baby he's probably going to end up having to help take care of very soon on the way. And no, it's not mine. It's my niece.
I was going to say there, I was looking up the sky there and looking at your wife in the outer space. Has he been up there again? Is he? Damn.
If she has, if I have been, but
mind you, but the way time works, you could go up and then the next day the boy could visit you.
I know. The boy could visit and be in his 20s. The way this shit works, and it's confusing enough as is.
Bargain, exactly. Thank you very much for joining.
Exactly.
Honestly, thank you very much. And if you would like to donate to the channel, there's a box down the bottom with a dollar sign on it. $5 million would be lovely,
Yeah, but 5 million is only about like $50. But how bad inflation's getting, my God.
Oh, that's right. YouTube take their cut. YouTube did take their cut. Look at all the new members in there. Come on, it's only 99 cents. But anyway, talking about stories around the world, what do you think about the New York City flooding?
God. Well, last I heard, they finally got it to where the situation seems to be a bit more under control, but that's just crazy, man. I mean, that almost looks as bad as when New Orleans got hit with Hurricane Katrina.
Hi. I mean, is there something they're not telling us here? Because that's just, I've never seen it as bad as that New York City. I watch a lot of American programs. I've never, ever seen America, New York City in particular, in that state. I mean, the water was like 3 feet deep. It was running down into the subway. There was people waiting on the trains. The trains were floating in. I mean, they weren't coming along the tracks. They were floating in.
I know. There was water spraying out of the walls, and it's just like, what?
They actually had to abandon. They had to abandon a part of the subline because it filled right up with water.
Yeah. That doesn't. Can you just imagine how bad that stuff smells? Because think about it. The rain's all getting down, and all that sewage is going to be building up. That's gotta be a nasty smell.
You see, I think what we're dealing with here is we're dealing with weather manipulation, and this is the fallout for the weather manipulation.
I was about to say more like a consequence of it, because they're trying to say, this is climate change. And yeah, climate is changing, but it's going to change a lot more rapidly, and we're going to see more episodes like this with weather manipulation technology.
Yeah, I mean, just look at Greece. Look at the fires there, and then afterwards,
flood them.
Terrible.
Flood them. They need rain. It was like they needed the rain. I mean, I know. And then wine barrels started bursting open, and the streets were flooding with wine, and people were just out there with buckets scooping it up.
There was a tank. There was a tank sitting next to a winery, right? And then they reckon there was something like 5,000 gallons of like fine wine, red wine, and it just burst open and flooded all the way down the street. There was folk in the street.
I know, this is probably a very diluted taste, but hey, if it's there, go for it. It's not like they're going to be able to recover it.
Look, there's something going on with the world's weather right now. There's something not right. I mean, it's not just Greece. It's not just other places. I mean, look at the Bahamas, the Caribbean, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at what happened there with the lasers and stuff like that, right? Now, they're saying it was dry weather that caused it. Come on, it's the hot there all the time. It's hot there all the time. They say it's climate change that's causing this. I mean, I will say this: we've had some ridiculously heavy rain lately here in the UK.
Yeah.
Ridiculously heavy rain. I think they're doing something to the world, and I think it's starting to fight back. You know?
Yeah. It's
going to happen. Streamlabs bot thing.
That's like an automated monitor. Make sure everybody plays nice in the chat.
Oh, right.
It doesn't cover all the channels, but hey, you know, being that we're getting some serious traction, you know, we're gonna lure out some assholes.
Look, there's assholes everywhere, even in the world. Look, the climate change, I don't think is happening. I do think, I'm going to say this the new, I'm going to rephrase that. Climate change is happening because it's always happened throughout the hundreds of thousands of years that this earth has been here, right? You think about it, Antarctica used to be a tropical climate. There was parts of America that was a tropical climate. Scotland at one time was a tropical climate, right? That's going to happen. It's going to change. Man cannot stop it. Well, he can try and stop it, but it can just cause a lot of problems when it does try and stop it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the people will say about the sea level rise. The sea levels go up and go down too. That's what a lot of people don't realise. If you to go back to the Ice Age, the UK was part of Europe. It was part of Europe, France and all that. But when the ice melted, obviously the water got higher, right, and turned it into an island. Yeah. It's quite interesting. I actually know somebody that works in the oil industry, and you've heard of the North Sea and stuff like that, the oil rigs in the North Sea.
Yeah.
And they work in the room underneath the oil rig. It's really interesting where the pumps are. And what it is that it brings up all the sludge and the rocks that's getting like filtered out for the oil wells. And they actually find fossils. They actually find loads and loads of fossils. And because I've seen quite a few of them, they've sent me pictures of them and stuff like that. And at one time between Scotland and Norway, that was dry. It was basically thousands of miles of woods, big cedar trees, as far as the eye could see. All it was cedar trees, right? And when the seas rose up, obviously they all died, right? But you've got to remember that there would have been things built there. There would be things like animals that died there, and this is all these things. Some of them have found like spearheads. You know how you get the arrowheads? Well, they've actually found like flint arrowheads that have come up when the big machine's been like sucking underground. Amazing technology. Yeah, oil is bad, but if it's used in the right way, it can be cleanly used. You know?
Yeah, that's very true.
So, what else do we have, Dakota? What other strange things have been happening?
Well, here's a weird story for you. An emotional support alligator was denied access to a baseball game. An emotional support alligator.
Is that like one of these service dogs? I said it's an alligator.
Supposedly.
I mean, I've seen people with service dogs or blind dogs. So you're telling me somebody with a service alligator went to a ball game with an alligator?
He tried to go, but he was denied access.
They fucking winner. You would probably eat the person standing next to you. Oh, that's a lovely alligator. Can I clap that?
Careful. That may be careful how you just worded that, Chris.
What, can I clap your alligator? What's wrong with saying,
Chris.
can I clap your alligator? Well, what, this is an American thing or something? What's wrong with saying clap your alligator? Wow. What am I missing? What am I missing here, chat? People in chat, please help me. Stephanie, you still in the chat? What am I missing? What am I missing here?
Oh, this is about to take a turn. Have you never heard somebody say,
because
I want to clap that?
somebody's alligator?
Oh, God.
No, I says I want to clap the alligator. I want to put my hand down and say, hello, little alligator, you very pretty.
Christopher.
What?
When someone says
they want to you're walking down the road.
If they want to say something, they want to clap that, they usually mean sexual.
No, in this country, doesn't it? Because
here in the US,
I was walking down the road the other day there. I was walking down the road the other day there, and there was a lovely
You have to be careful. I remember a news story where...
and I went, can I clap that? And I was clapping the wee doggy, and it was like scratching its ears and stuff like that. It was just like, that kind of thing. But do you never clap like dogs? Do you never like bend down and just start clapping a dog as you're walking along? Stephanie, aye. What am I missing here? What am I missing here? You Americans are strange. You Americans are strange. What's wrong with saying clapping a dog? How do you date your pussycats run about you? I bet you bend down and clap them quite a lot. They're all running about you.
I'm trying, Stephanie, but he won't shut up.
What's wrong with clapping a pet? I mean, I know it's legal. It's legal in this country. In the UK, you're allowed to clap your pets.
Oh God, this is probably how most people felt who never dealt with the UK felt when they realized fags in the UK mean cigarettes.
Fags, they mean cigarettes, yeah. Yeah.
But not over here.
Smoke a fag once a week. I used to be a heavy smoker, and I had quite a few every day.
That explains a lot of your issues right now.
Does. I only smoked 80 a day. Don't worry about that. That's a story for
when someone usually says they want to clap that means they want to have sex with it.
No, clapping. MD, come on,
yes!
There be a UK person that's in the chat. Clapping is clapping animals.
And you have to
I was up the field the other day there, and there was a coo looking at me, and I said to the farmer, I says, is it all right if I clap your coo? And I went up there and I was scratching its ears and all that. It's a friendly coo because I feed it carrots and stuff like that. It's the same with the friendly sheep. Do you know friendly sheep? You don't like clap the friendly sheep or anything like that, no? You never go to petting zoos and clap them. What am I missing here? What mad? You Americans are so fucking strange. What do you mean?
You have to be careful because there's a whole thing about when people are trying to justify bestiality these days and group it into LGBT. You got to be careful, man.
That should be allowed. I mean, I didn't think it was illegal to clap a dog or clap a cat or clap a horse.
Yeah.
Have you never wanted to clap a horse? A horse, clap it, scratch its ears and all that kind of stuff, you know?
That means something very different here in the States, Chris.
And you have people arrested for that. But you've got to remember, I'm from the United Kingdom. I am from Scotland, land of the brave. Terrible.
Oh God, I thought the aluminium.
Terrible everything else, but we allow clapping in public. Honestly, in the US, that is petted as petting an animal. See, that's what I mean about you Americans. You're strange. You've got to have names for things. It's like take an automobile, for instance. An automobile over here, we have a thing called a boot, right? No, it's not a thing on your shoe. It's a boot. You open it and you put your luggage in it, but you have to call it a trunk, right? Look, you've got mad names for everything. It's like we've got things called paths, right, at the side of the road for people to walk up and down, right? And they're called paths, right? But you have to change the name to sidewalk so as you actually know what it's for. Right. So I don't know what's wrong. What's wrong with petting a cat or something like that? You've got loads of cats that you pet all the time.
That's fine. Petting.
So you're telling me you don't clap your cats in your room at night?
No, they claw me up bad enough as is.
Honestly, I don't know what you. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck he's going on.
I honestly can't tell if he is legitimately being this dumb or if he's trying to push it just to get me riled up. But, oh my god!
Right, there's the perfect person in the chat there, and there she's there. There is Jenny. Jenny, isn't it true in the UK, Scotland, and Ireland, clapping your dog is actually allowed? You're allowed to clap your dog. I can. They're mad. I think they're all sexually frustrated. The Americans or something like that. They're all mad. They've all got strange names. I've never heard anything as mad in all my fucking life.
Thank you, Jenny.
But that's the thing you do. You'll be walking down the street and you say, "Can I clap your dog?" And you clap it. And what?
What the hell is this episode turned into?
I wish there was some people here for Scotland in here. I honestly wish there was some people for Scotland in here because they would all agree with me. Where's the Scottish Outlooker and all the rest of the Scottish guys? Come on.
Yeah, where the hell have they been? I haven't noticed
here. There's loads of folk out there. Jenny, really clapping here in Ireland is a slap. There you go, a clap out there's a slap. So if you slap somebody, is that sexual? Is that a sexual orientation?
Depends.
It does.
It's a Scottish thing for sure, like tapping on a door, not knocking. Dear Lord.
Honestly, I've never heard of that expression. Look, I'm Scottish. I'm from the old country. Jesus Christ, there's houses in my village that is older than the United States. Right? So, come on. These are always bringing up mad names for things. I mean, what's next? Have you got to start? I
had to stop you, Chris, because there's been issues with zookeepers letting people in to their places of employment late at night for a fee to have sex with the animals.
What was that? I'm from your village, just not. Oh, aye, that's right. The person that can do it to the poncho and the eye. That's who that is. Aye. I honestly didn't realize that clapping your pet was an illegal thing in America.
Yeah, that insinuates bestiality over here.
But why have
I don't know how it got started. Right? It turned into that. I don't know.
I just want to ken something here. I've been at walks from a border collie, right? And I've been walking along, and there's been maybe an old couple walking towards me, and they went, "Oh, what a pretty dog! Can I clap that dog?" I'm like, "Why? When you go, clap away." I didn't ken it was made something.
Your village.
What?
Be careful saying that with the Americans that come around.
Did they look at you kind of strange when you said you want to clap my dog?
That's why.
I didn't realize it meant that. Honestly, see Jenny, honestly, Jenny, by the way, everybody's Emerald Isles Paranormal. Could you please subscribe? She's nearly at 1,000 subscribers. Honestly. So
I feel like I need to bust out my about the alligator and do prayers and shit. How does an emotional support alligator turn into you wanting to have sex with animals?
No, I didn't realize that clapping animals was a sexual thing in America, where over here clapping animals is classed as like scratching their ears or something like that.
Oh my god.
Honestly, I've never said pet an animal in life. I've always said, "Can I clap that dog?" I've scratched its ear or something like that. Honestly, you guys are mad. You Americans are always making up mad things. What's next? Honestly, what's next?
Don't ask.
I'll say this. I wouldn't like to clap an alligator. Honestly, I'm going to say this now. I wouldn't like to clap an alligator because you would lose something, and it'd probably be your hand. Or if it was meaning what you're meaning, you would lose something else. It'd get a bit of a fight.
Yeah, that's
what's that? Emerald Isles Paranormal. I would let them into the cage in the dark A bull bend over.
To a bull and bend over Mister and think of him. Oh, dear God, Jenny.
Honestly, I didn't know that's what that meant, but there you go. My horizons have been opened. I have got a new meaning to the world. Then the next person someone says, "Would you like to clap my dog?" I will say, "No, thank you. I will pet it." There you go. Well,
I need a moment to process. What the hell?
honestly, I honestly don't know. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to become a member of Bald and Bonkers, please click the link in the chat. Dakota will post it now. That will take you to a link. It's 99 pence. And yes, there is no clapping of animals on Bald and Bonkers.
I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
So, honestly, I've always thought that you Americans are strange. He's a very good saying names for things.
Oh, yeah, you're not wrong there. But...
Honestly. Here's a question for you. Why do you call gas when it's no gas? It's actually petrol.
I don't know because why we do the shit we do.
You call petrol gas, but gas is actually a thing. It's a petrol is liquid, whereas gas.
Who the hell's getting spanked over there?
What do you mean?
It sounded like somebody was snapping a belt over on your end.
No. It's somebody outside. They're doing like DIY or whatever it is. Right. So what we're talking about now? The alligator that was getting clapped too much. What?
See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you should come to a live show. It's a lot more fun than listening to it on the podcast side of it. And please don't operate any heavy machinery if you are listening to this particular episode, even though this warning is coming out very late.
Yes, and if you're walking down the street in the UK and you see a beautiful dog and you think to yourself, "I'm going to clap that dog," don't. It's wrong. Pet it instead.
Yeah, tell that to all these TikTokers that are trying to justify bestiality.
I've not seen any of that. Have you been? Where did you see that, Faye? You must be watching it. Your search filters must be. We rub pets. Pete's pets.
Rub pets. That's one thing. You give them rubs. You give them scratch. You give them pets. That's it.
Well, it could be.
Boy, you fucking Scots.
I'm not even doing this matter. The Irish, the English, and the Americans have all got strange names for things.
Yeah, the Irish are a little off on there.
It's like for instance, you wear pants, right? But pants in our thing, but it's underwear, and we find that stupid.
Yeah, I've always wondered.
What's that in the chat? Ralphie G, are you guys envious? What's that?
Envoy. Ralph, you really got to watch back on some of our stuff.
Planet Plop. I don't know, but I'm fair. I wish there was back.
English call it stroking. Not sure that's better. Oh dear God, we started something new with our audience.
Oh, what's that? The English call it stroking. Not sure. Well, yes, if you wanted to stroke your dog. Hello,
can you just imagine?
May I stroke you?
Some passing UFO intercepts the Wi-Fi connection and watches this episode, wondering why the hell did we choose this planet?
You chose this planet because it's full of interesting, handsome hunks like Dakota here that you can take away, mate with, and then come back. Look, I'm putting you there. You can maybe do some clapping while you're up there. I thought clapping was that. So are you allowed to, so when you're clapping your hands, is that illegal in America? Or has that been changed? Is that a different kind of name?
I don't know. I'm scared
when
to
the
ask,
audience
honestly,
goes, President Trump coming to the stage, could everybody clap?
The whole considering it's President Trump we're talking about.
Or Joe Biden, or one of them came. I mean, or president. There's a famous person got up on the stage, could everybody clap? So that doesn't really matter.
Is this a bad time to mention that Donald Trump may be coming on Bald and Bonkers?
Donald Trump would be awesome in Bald and Bonkers. He'd be awesome. I'd love to interview him. Oh my God, Emerald Isles. What's that? Right, I need to catch up in the chat here because I've not been reading it. Right, let's have a look here. I use Emerald Star Seeds. I don't know what I'm on.
Also, a clap is an STD. No, that is the clap.
Dakota knows about these things. He's been doing too much pet clapping.
There's like to catch the STDs, like I catch Pokemon.
I honestly thought I've always said that. And I've met people when I've been out near the castle and stuff like that, and they've been, oh, what a beautiful collie. And I've been, yeah, when you go have a clap away, you know, and they've clapped her.
And how many people have been busted with sheeps near you?
What do you mean? Honestly, what's that, Stephanie? That would probably be the point that would decide to lock the doors.
I have to wonder about some of the chat in the audience, because some of them don't realize they're not directly watching the live. They're like a few minutes behind. So the way the chat lines up, I don't know.
So what other strange stories are out there that doesn't involve clapping?
Well, we have yet another spotless giraffe born on a reserve in Namibia.
A spotless giraffe?
Aye.
Man, I need coffee or something.
See?
How do you get a spotless giraffe? I can't.
It's very rare.
Giraffe.
It's very.
I can't pronounce giraffe. It's giraffe, no ridjaffe. It's giraffe.
Yeah, ridjaffe. You're ridjaffing off.
Is that? Am I allowed to say giraffe, or is that like another American pronoun for something? Is that it'd be something else,
I would probably with how bad. I mean, there's a Twitch admin who thinks she's a deer.
Look, there's folk out there that think they're cats and they go to school and all that kind of stuff. But see for that giraffe to fit in, could get some of that like shake spray paint and spray some blotches on it, and it might. Why would it be spotless?
No.
How is that not how?
For some reason, this is twice now in the last couple of months that they've once been spotted. It wasn't like all white. It's not like an albino thing. It was all brown.
Hello,
not exactly
Kelly
sure
in
what
the chat.
Hello, Kelly. You came at a very good time, and if you watched earlier in the show, you'll understand why.
Mm-hmm.
I can just imagine the comments. I would just imagine the comments after.
Well, I'm just saying, obviously.
Can you imagine poor Dots listening to the playback on the show, sipping his tea? We get to the clapping part, and all of a sudden that tea's getting shot out of his nose.
But he said that kind of hang in there. What was that? Christopher A. Right, who puts that in Facebook? You guys hilarious. You have a cool name, Dakota. Christopher, do you go by Chris like I do? Yes, I do go by Chris. Let's see. Genetics. Exactly, Jenny. That's Emerald Isles Paranormal. You want to subscribe to her because she was at the Hellfire Club yesterday. Amazing footage.
Can I ask what you guys think about the alien bodies in Mexico? Thank you for directing us into some sort of conversation. I don't know.
Fake.
There's actually been some new updates on that I want to see how that plays through.
Right. Look, I'm going to say the X-rays for. I'm going to say this, right, and then I'm going to let you go to your full hog here. They look like they're made out of paper mache, right? I'm going to say that. They do look like they're made out of paper mache, but they X-rayed them, and the X-rays come back quite interesting because after I said they were fake, the X-rays came back and you can see like bones and all that kind of stuff. So I'm on the fence, but I'm still saying I think they might be fake.
I want to see how this plays out. Now, granted, a lot of people are concerned that they're fake because that guy that brought him out was also connected with the alien mummy that was found in Nazca. That's why a lot of people were very skeptical. And those were quickly proven fake. We've had guests on the shows who have personally examined them. As far as this new one, it does look fake, but let's face it, the fuck was that?
This is my poltergeist. It's my dad. He's got a big workshop above me, and he's moving stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, you got to state it, otherwise everybody's going to think we're getting possessed.
There you go.
But no, I do want to see how this plays out, because let's face it, there's a lot of people, a lot of bakers out there that can make realistic cakes that look like body parts, and you don't know that it's actual cake until someone chops it up.
What's up, Pete? Mike, the naked Bigfoot son in the
Pete,
room, guys.
You missed out, motherfucker.
Right, Pete, I've got a question for you, saying that you're here.
Oh, dear Lord, he's going for it.
Right.
He's an American,
Pete,
so maybe he'll get it.
Right, Pete, I've got a question for you. Right, if you were walking along and you've seen a dog on a leash, right, and you say to and the woman says, "Would you like to clap my dog?" Would you bend over and scratch its ears? What would you do? Because here in the UK, clapping a dog or clapping a cat is classed as petting, which I didn't know that Americans had changed that into some mad sexual thing, but it just shows you that Americans are a bit strange. Pete, what would you do if someone said that to you? He's an expert. He's out in the wilds all the time. He'll be able to tell me.
My Catholic preschool days are starting to come out in me.
Dominus Nisus or something like that. Yeah. Honestly. But we'll wait for.
I feel like
we'll wait for Pete's
church next door for some holy water.
Talking about the mummies, right? I do think they're fake. I do think. Who's to say that there isn't real human bones in them? Who's to say that they're not taking like child's bones or something and put them inside it?
We're gonna have to see. I'm with the rest where everybody else that's commented almost like once they heard the results of the examinations, allow other parties with better equipment to take a look, validate the findings, just to make sure. Let's be as scientific as possible when it comes to this. I'm really trying to ignore this, Chris. Come on.
Come on, it's Son of the Naked, right? It's Pete, the man himself. I don't touch strange animals. But honestly, Pete, if you were walking along the road and an old woman, say 125, come along, and she went, "Oh, son, would you like to clap my poodle?" Would you not bend down like scratch his ear? Because over here, that's what that means. In Scotland, I can tell you that right now, that is what that means. It means to pet your animal. I didn't know that Americans actually used that for another form of...
Clearly, not a lot of you Scots know that, because the tour guide I had while over there, when he tried to, establish, UK lingo to American lingo, so we didn't get confused, he never mentioned that. I imagine may have.
Well, it's not as if I come on with a checklist on the show, right? Before I start here, I've got a checklist. So, what does clap mean in American? Right? What does on mean in American? It's not as if I come in with a checklist and check everything,
Yeah, well, you almost have to if you were. We actually.
Look at that. There's Christopher A there in the chat. There's Christopher A there in the chat. I'm going bald, so I feel right at home here.
Yeah, it's madness.
If she's 125 years old, then I'll have a few questions for her. There you go. See?
Yeah, like how the hell did she make it that long?
There's actually a woman in a man that died in 1905, I think it was, here in Scotland, and it was about 8 miles from my house, and he lived till he was a whopping 132.
Really?
Yes, a whopping 132, and they've got a big gravestone for it, and that I'll show you it one night. I'll show you a picture of it one
night. Yeah, I actually had a relative. She was actually accused for witchcraft. This was during the Salem witch hunt days, because her husband made it to about 115.
See, there you go. See, that's interesting. What Mike says, living over 100 is typical in the mountains. And you know why that is? It's because the air will be cleaner. The
Air's
water will be
cleaner, and you're
fresher.
not having to deal with a lot of stupid people.
Yeah, and the
Stupid
water
people
will
hopefully
be cleaner.
get eaten by animals.
The water will be cleaner. It'll not be full of pollutants. The air's cleaner. The vegetables and stuff's fresh, homegrown, you know. Plus, the liquor that they're drinking is 110% proof. Probably pickling them. But there you go. So you were saying, Dakota?
I don't know what I was saying. We were jumping around so damn much.
We were talking about the Nazgûl aliens or whatever they were called.
Okay. No, I was just going to say, I want to see more because it is getting way too easy these days to fake stuff like that. And this guy that's involved has a history of faking. It's like Uri Geller all of a sudden trying to get back into the spotlight lately.
I've seen that. What do you think? There's a program got to be coming out in Discovery soon. I think it's Discovery. And it's about this guy that's had this sphere. Did you see it advertised? And he said it fell from the sky, and he's had it for years, and he's got to be getting it tested. And it's actually, I seen it advertised last night, and Discovery's doing a program on him, and he thinks it's an alien sphere. And it's about that size. And it's perfectly made. And it dropped out the sky when he was a wee boy, and he's had it ever since. I'll see if I can find out the name for next week and watch that, because that'll be quite interesting. Having liver cancer has just sped up my hair loss. Oh dear. I hear now that with technology that's have now people supposedly can live to 120. There's the biomedipods, isn't there? That's coming out soon.
Well, they've been saying for a while now that the first person to make it to 150 has already been born. So,
to be brutally honest, with all these biopods that everybody keeps talking about and that, and Dots is when he talks about it quite a lot, I think it'll be years before us peasants get anything like that.
We'll see what happens. Let's face it, with everything going on in the world nowadays, we don't know what the next 2 months may bring. I mean, hell, just like we were talking about yesterday, you know, they say that the conditions in the human body are too extreme for fungus to be able to settle. Well, guess what?
Yes. Oh, it's happening.
Well, you can get a fungal infection, but like as far as like potential zombie infections. Now that I pointed that out to him, he's not going to shut up about it. My God.
But the last time I say it, I promise.
Sure.
No, but see that Last of Us movie is actually quite a good movie.
Oh yeah,
it really is. That guy that plays the guy, he's really good at it. But come on, it doesn't really turn folk into a crazed zombie, that fungus. And The Last of Us, it does turn you into a crazed zombie, right? But the one that knew it just gives you an infection in your throat.
It gives you an infection because it's actually starting to try to live in your throat.
Yeah. So how long before it begins to learn that if it spreads to more people, it'll survive longer?
Who knows? Who knows?
You know, but do you think, imagine being up in the mountains where Pete stays, getting all that fresh air, Dakota, and Bigfoot watching you through the bushes, ready to pounce on you, take you away, never to be seen again. Yep. So what other strange news we got? We've done the flooding, we've done the things that you shouldn't do to pets. We've done that other thing. So come on, there's bound to be some other news. Come on, there's bound to be something else.
I don't know, man. I'm already pretty frazzled by this whole your clapping thing.
But that's what people do. But honestly, I've never heard the folks saying. I've heard the petting animals. I've heard of that, but I've never. If you to go to somebody in my village and say that, they'd probably be all right. I'll clap the dog. I mean, it's You know. So, look, going back to the biopods and things like that, it's all done with sound frequencies and things like that. I don't think it will happen for another 20 to 30 years. And that's more honest truth. Because all this stuff with the what you call it, all this stuff with the alien stuff and that. But mind you, saying that, the deadline is up in Christmas.
It's supposedly. But you also got to remember, like Dot's always brought up, there's Jesus Christ, Pete. Don't encourage him. Come on. We just got our monetization back.
What's that Pete put in there? I like telling someone to pat the... What the hell is my fear doing up there? As if he's marching about with a bass band.
Oh, my God. Oh, anyway. Fuck, what was I just about to say? God damn it, Chris.
What?
Get me distracted. I have a thought. You got me distracted. Now the thought is gone. My sister's supposed to be the one with ADHD.
What's that? Look. Pete's into a lot of strange things. We know that.
I'm well aware.
Yeah, and he's probably sitting there the new. He's probably like the James Bond villain. He's probably sitting there the new, stroking his pussy. Telling you.
God. Oh, why did you pair me up with this lunatic? Wait. Got awful quiet there, Chris. You are. So, anyway, what is it?
Somebody was doing something. I didn't want to air it. What the hell was that?
Was that Jesse?
I don't know what it was.
That sounded like a dog whining. Now I'm concerned. Is Jesse okay?
Jesse's at the back. I can hear her growling at something. It'll be a hedgehog. She'll be chasing it up and down the backyard. Oh God! Pete's into a lot of strange things, aren't you, Pete?
So I don't know. Just honestly, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think is going to happen? Because apparently, it's supposed to be by the end of the year, or at least, dear God, Jenny, or at least 6 months into 2024, we're supposed to have the next big grand reveal. What do you think? Let's see. What do you think about the latest big hunt for Nessie, and do you think there are other lake monsters?
I'm going to say this now, but when you go first, young man, you've seen it yourself.
I've seen the beast myself. I've seen it with my own two peepers and maybe got a blurry, distant photo of it.
You didn't tell, I'll tell you
Do I think that there's something in Loch Ness? Yes, absolutely. I've seen it for myself. Do I think it's a plesiosaur? Not likely. The latest DNA evidence that's come out, as well as some video, was that Nessie is most likely, and several other reports of lake monsters are probably the same, a big ass eel.
I beg to differ.
Yes, they can get that big.
Aye, it could be an eel, but it could also be folks' imaginations. I personally think it's something else. I personally think it's a topa. I personally think it's like a lot of people don't realize this. That's where Aleister Crowley's house was Loch Ness. A lot of people don't realize that. And the reason his house was there is because he did a lot of black magic and stuff like that. He did a lot of the black arts and all that kind of stuff. And the reason he did a lot of black arts there is because a lot of people don't know this, that there's a lot of ley lines run right through Loch Ness, right? And I think, see, if there's so many people going there to see this supposed monster, I think they're making something appear. And that's honestly, I think, what's that?
It could very well be.
There's Picnic, they're saying something.
Yeah.
So many lake, pond, river monsters.
Although Nessie is actually a shape-changed leprechaun shagging a halibut.
Have we lost Dakota, ladies and gentlemen? He's just like frozen in a kind of weird position. Did you see that, guys? A dinosaur makes more sense. Right, look, I'm going to say this, Christopher. I think if it was a dinosaur, you would have noticed it was the dinosaur, but no. I mean, it must be, whatever it is, it must be really, really intelligent, right? It must be super intelligent. Because let's face it, every time there's somebody getting up and doing with sonar, it hides. They can't find nothing. Oh, no! That's that, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, what'd you say about me? What you say
Well, look
about
at
me,
that. You've changed it. How you come my name's changed to your name?
Because we both got booted, and I'm the one who owns the account.
That's very true. That's terrible. I'm just saying you were beamed up with the aliens. But anyway,
Apparently.
There's actually saying that a dinosaur that makes sense it's a dinosaur, but it must be a highly intelligent dinosaur. Because every time there's a boat going up with sonar, it hides.
No,
Crowley
don't think
was
so.
was
was bloody lazy. He started a massive ritual to open a portal in that house. Months of work, then got bored and went off on his travels. Well, according to someone we actually know, the ritual may have partially worked because he had a rather interesting experience at the Crowley house that honestly gives him PTSD. We would bring him on the show to talk about it, but he's currently in prison for some rather nasty crimes that he committed. But dinosaur, I don't think so. I say eel because there's actually been DNA evidence that's been collected at Loch Ness that brings up eel DNA, and that just kind of matches the profile of a lot of sightings. There's been one sighting where it was a photo taken, and if you look close enough at the photo, you realize it was a bunch of seals playing around. Or another one we actually showed on the show was that during a big heat wave in Scotland, a bunch of alpacas broke out from their farm and decided to have a day at the beach.
Right. How deep do you think Loch Ness is? I know exactly what it is because I've went and looked it up now. Loch Ness is extremely deep. Loch Ness is the deepest point is 230 meters, 126 fathoms, 755 feet, making it the second deepest loch in Scotland after Loch Moor. It contains more water. Let's just click on this. It's wiki. It contains more water. I'm just looking it up. Why does it do that? It tells you a wee bit of something and it doesn't tell you anything. Right? I mean, look, it's one of the deepest. Right. Look, it's lock in the button. 30 meters. It contains loch. What was that? 700 feet, making the second loch Moor. It contains more water than all the lakes in England and Wales combined. So there's more water in Loch Ness than every lake in England and Wales combined.
It's absolutely gorgeous up there too.
Yeah.
And
that's heavy duty.
Just the sheer size of it, your imagination tends to run wild without being some sort of beastie in there. And you hear all the stories. Maybe there's a part of it to where there is a tulpa part, but somehow that gets the eels to come out and show themselves, and you see something big in the water. You're at Loch Ness. You're gonna think it's Nessie.
Right. This is what I kind of get right. Every time they run a boat up and down there with sonar and all the latest equipment, nothing shows up. Nothing. Either whatever it is highly, highly intelligent, right? And it knows. Or it is a topa, it's a figment of someone's imagination, right? It's been given power, and basically it's all going to show itself if it is like a spirit. See the castle that's on Loch Ness. That's one of the most haunted locations in the world. There's actually, I know people that have done investigations there. It's actually one of the most haunted places in the world. And a lot of people don't know this state. There's a lot of UFO sightings right on Loch Ness. Now, either it might be an alien. Here's the thing that I thought about. Like, see how they see something coming out the water? What happens if it's something else? What happens if it's an alien UFO coming out the water? But what happens if it's maybe something else down that kind of line? See, there's tunnels run through it that connect other lakes in the area.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I don't know. What's that, Son of the Naked Bigfoot? Eels are sexy. Right, Pete, we're sending you in. We're giving you a wetsuit and a snorkel. You can do it. You're the man.
You gotta remember, there's some species of fish that can actually detect sonar.
That's right. Aye.
And if it isn't I'm just going to tell you, it is very possible that it is a highly intelligent animal that figured out that some people are looking for it.
See, that's what Pete says, right? And I agree with him 100%, and I agree with your dad 100%. I think it is something for the spirit world.
Possibly.
When was the first sighting in Nessie? When was the first sighting?
Back in the 1800s, it was a gentleman on a riverboat that actually got, it looked like he got attacked by something. Then, as a monk, started to do some prayer. I'm reciting this off the top of my head. You can go online to the Loch Ness Registry. They have information on there. You can see me on there too. But it was like there was an alleged attack. A monk started to recite some prayers to subdue the beast. They were able to get the guy back that was attacked. But then once the major highway that runs by Loch Ness got built, that's when sightings started to increase, which is usually a pretty good indication that it is something physically living in that lake.
It's interesting. I'm in the Loch Ness main site here, and it says the earliest report of a strange water monster appeared in the ancient texts from the 6th century AD. This is described as an encounter as an Irish monk, Saint Columbian, who was staying
on the year, but that's it.
In the near mouth of the river Ness, Columbia, upon hearing of the monster, sent companions to test out. It's actually quite interesting. The first photography sighting was in 1933.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the first picture came up. Look, I don't know if they'll ever find a way. It's. I think there's more to it than meets the eye. I think there's more to it than meets the eye. I think that might be something spiritual. I mean, it's a very friendly monster, whatever it is, if you think about it. Because it's what's it doing? Only eating the fish that's in the loch.
Well, there's only 2 incidents that are believed to have been Loch Ness attacks. That one involving the monk. The other was a speedboat accident, but they fully believe that may have just been a shitty built speedboat that just hit a wave wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. See, a lot of folk don't realise this too, that there is tunnels leading to the sea. There's tunnels leading to other lochs in Scotland, but obviously a lot of people don't know that Loch Ness is actually connected to the sea using a canal. Because ships used to come in. Because ships used to come in to deliver their stuff. There's actually a few wrecks in Loch Ness. There's a few wrecks boats. There's boats that sunk there. The only other way you need to do a big investigation and you need to spend a fortune. So I heard somebody suggesting once, let's drain Loch Ness. The idea how long that would take. It couldn't be done. It'd be impossible.
I mean, you would also disrupt the ecosystem.
Yeah.
We don't know. On the side of the argument that Nessie is actually some apex predator, let's say, for example, who's to say we take Nessie out, it doesn't cause some sort of other infestation that Nessie's been keeping at bay?
Mm-hmm. How do we know
People
that
don't realize
Nessie
it's
isn't
all
keep it safe? Aye.
Yeah, who knows? There could be some other dangerous animal that's in Loch Ness, and a fish that could easily become an infestation. Nessie could be the only one holding it at bay. We drain the loch, we kill off Nessie.
Right, everybody say in the chat who's willing to go out in a boat to look for Nessie. Pete, I suggest you go to. We'll take Pete with us. Who wants to go? Put it in the chat. Who wants to go and look for the Loch Ness monster?
Nuke the lake from orbit. Oh, don't do that.
Oh, Pete. That's terrible. You could do the same with your Bigfoot that live in the woods and about. Yeah, we could just chop all the trees down until we get to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, especially around Pete's place, that'll piss them off enough to where they'll come out. You may not want that encounter.
Correct us. Who knows what's coming and going from this?
Exactly. We don't know. There could very well be a completely undiscovered creature that's been able to avoid capture. People think animals are dumb, but
it could be something highly intelligent. It could be something highly intelligent. For all you know, there could be people in Loch Ness protecting the monster.
Mm-hmm.
Get what I mean? For
it wouldn't
all
be the first
you know,
time that some sort of cult that popped up because of that.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been the first time.
I think we should, Bob and Bonkers should do a trip to Loch Ness one day. A fortnight trip to Loch Ness in Scotland. We'll send Pete out in a wee rowing boat. You know? He'll go away out. Obviously, the thing come up, meet him, disappear. What's that? What if Nessie is made of water? Huh?
Still kill it if we're nuking it.
But that's kind of like killing an anthill using a 400-ton bomb. Yeah, I mean that's like going over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, whatever it is, it'll be protected under the Scottish law anyway. So even if there was something there, it would be protected.
Mm.
But there'd be some mad idiot thinking, "Oh, let's put it in a cage and we could go and visit it."
There's several people that tried pushing that idea, but again, it may be protected, but you also don't realize, the balance of nature. We're already in a whirlwind with the way the world's going nowadays. You don't know what's coming.
I mean, I heard somebody tell me once, what happens if it's a whale? But then how would the whale get in yet through the underwater passageways?
It would have to be a smaller one.
It need to be a small one. See, that's the problem.
Something along the lines of beluga.
Aye. I mean, there is whales getting washed up all the time on the shores. Quite a few actually lately has been getting washed up in the UK shoreline. But that's because they've come in and they shouldn't have and they got lost.
And they also think that a lot of those whale beachings are because of sonar tests.
It's sonar tests, yeah.
It's throwing them off. And plus, if it was a whale in Loch Ness, you probably get reports of weird voices coming from the water.
Yeah, that's
because belugas actually do try to imitate human speech.
That's quite interesting. I didn't know
that. They actually do that.
I didn't know that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to become part of an expedition to Loch Ness with the Bald and Bonkers team, maybe in the future, Dakota will take you on a wild adventure to Scotland.
Well, let's see where the world leads us in the next couple months. If we're still here, that
is, if we're not dead because some idiot in the White House that starts World War III. If he remembers where he's put his keys.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell that guy is running for president again. I don't know how it's possible. He's getting impeached anyway. He's mad.
Yeah, Trump got impeached twice. Look how well that helped, the Democrats.
That's just signed the deal for him.
I mean, just look at Russell Brand and Tim Ballard. Tim Ballard literally did a speech 3 days before the allegations against him were made, saying, "Why does this administration not protect children?"
Exactly.
Bit suspicious, don't you think?
Of course, that's suspicious. The world's messed up, guys. The world's messed up. We're needing a radical change in the British politics, the American politics. It's all going mad. It truly is all going mad. We should actually do a show one night on politics, US politics.
Oh, dear Lord. There's going to even be more of our audience members going bald after that one.
We could have somebody to come on and talk about it.
I did hear from Robert Kennedy's team again.
I thought he wasn't running now. I thought he didn't make it.
No, he's still trying to run.
He would make a good president. But I bet you as soon as he was president, he would dig up the files on JFK.
Oh, he's already admitted that he wants to.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are also betting against him because of his voice condition.
But let's. What do you mean? What's wrong with him? Like
the way he talks.
What's wrong?
He actually has a muscle disconfiguration. I can't remember the medical term for it that causes the way he speaks.
But look at the president you've got now. He doesn't even care if he's got his trousers on or not.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people that are trying to say there's doubles doing the work, and yeah,
No, he's not in charge. Obama's. We all know who's really in charge. Yeah, I mean, and that's mad. It really is mad. They need to do something soon because I do ken is that the US government's got to shut down.
Yep, they're talking about another shutdown.
Yep, and
because we're out of money.
The way the world's going, guys, it really, really, America does lead the way for everybody. Britain Foley's America. We're a lapdog, right? We do what America tells us to do. It's always been that way. It's so bad. What's that? I'm just. It's so bad that we are not even civil to each other anymore. I hate what's happening to us. Exactly.
It's a very good point.
Exactly.
It is.
It's terrible. All this money that's getting spent in Ukraine and all that kind of stuff should be getting spent on their own people.
I know.
Be building schools and hospitals. But nah, it is.
I mean, it's like I said. The math checks out. Right now, the situation. If you adjusted the rates of inflation right around the time of the Great Depression, adjusted everything for inflation. I mean, right now is worse than the Great Depression.
Yeah. Look, it's not just the Great Depression. There's everything's falling apart. Everything's falling apart. I mean, did you see that with the fighter jet in America? That just taking the piss. The guy put the jet on cruise control, then ejected.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's one of those things. You can say you get all these people in these, these new age paranormal spiritual communities that almost have this sort of elitist mentality, saying that they were awake and realized this stuff was happening before. They completely cut themselves off from the rest of the population when the whole idea of the mission is for humanity to fucking come together. The systems have to collapse in order for something new to come. But with this complete dismissal of other humans just because we're writing them off as unawakened or evil, that is honestly got to stop. This is a time where we need to start coming together because it's going to come to a point where it's do or die. Sink or swim.
I watch a lot of folk on Twitter, but it's not called Twitter anymore. It's called X or something like that. Stupid. And the guy that owns it is that Elon Musk, and he's always putting out stupid videos. And I hope he watches this. Probably not, but he puts out a video, a message every now. I've got $420 billion. What should I do with it? And I've put underneath it a few times. Well, why don't you try and help some folk with it? Why don't you help folk?
Because he doesn't. These people he doesn't actually have the money. That's the thing. You want to know how Elon Musk runs it? You want to know how Elon Musk runs it? It's the stocks he had for Tesla that makes him worth that much. Because he has those stocks worth as much as they are, he's able to take out major loans from banks to finance his living expenses almost completely free. That's how he does it.
Should you think he's got any money in the bank whatsoever?
He probably has plenty of money in the bank now with everything he's done, but he does it. He plays it smart. He keeps the money flowing. Plus, he also has a family gem mine where a lot of his finances also came from that helped him get started.
It's just he's always putting it there, and I'm like, I've stopped following him now. I can't, it's stupid and all that, but come on, he could help folk.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's a novel idea. I think that would be pretty smart on Elon's end. Why not set up some sort of business grant program to help startups?
Yeah, better no, because he's an idiot. He wants to keep all the money for himself.
Yeah.
He's. I think it's stupid, right? Going to space and all that's a great thing, you know that, and want to go and colonize Mars. It's all right and that, but why move away from a perfectly good planet to a dead one? Whereas you could stay here and you could try and change this world. I know his idea in this, if we're living in a different world and an asteroid hits. But you could still build underground if something was coming. You see where I'm going with
Allegedly,
this?
that's what happened to the Martians.
Yeah, so
A
does he
lot of
want
them
to go
went
back to his home
underground that they
planet?
couldn't. No, he's Alpha Centaurian.
But I just think see all these billion trillionaires. I mean, what does a trillionaire wake up praying that he doesn't become like a billionaire? And a billionaire wakes up hoping that he's not got to become a millionaire. And if a million wakes up hoping he's not got to become poor.
I know it's gonna be it's gonna be one of those things. I mean, like Lawrence puts out a very good point here. There's not enough money. The whole system is based on only 10% physical cash.
Yeah.
And right now, we got a world in turmoil where and people in power are pushing the turmoil because they believed in the illusion that creates more money.
Yeah.
However, they rock the boat so much, boat's done tipped over, and hopefully some people figured out how to swim.
I think we're needing to stop all this warring with other countries and we all need to start working together. Can you imagine where we would be right now if everybody was working together? We'd probably be past Mars now. We'd probably be building space stations and God knows what. But
you're right, though. Can you simply imagine if instead of just trying to stir up drama for the sake of stirring up drama, you actually went into debates with people because you want to make sure things are done right. You're actually, asking questions. Why does this person think this way? Maybe you learn something. And can you imagine what life would be like now if we didn't have people in power who fed this illusion that certain things need to be oppressed because they wanted the fancier toys?
Yeah. I think whatever happens in the future, I think they need to get rid of they are needing to get rid of. I know this is going to sound crazy, but they're needing to get rid of money in the future. I think they're needing to get rid of people, trillionaires and all that kind of stuff, but that'll never happen. There's always going to be somebody that wants a wee bit more. There's always got to be somebody that wants a Bentley, and they'll be like, Ken, I've got 5 Bentleys. I want another 5 Bentleys just because they want it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, there's always got to be somebody that wants a wee bit more. But I think
for
society to go on and for society to break away from this planet, I think they need to go down the roads of the kind of Star Trek kind of way, where everything's kind of free and everybody does everything the same kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it'll be a while before that happens, and it will take something drastic to happen before that happens. I can tell you that right now.
I think it's safe to say that drastic thing's already getting ready to happen.
Yeah. Money, you got to remember, the British government do this, and so does the American government. See, if they want more money, they just print it.
Mm-hmm.
They just print it out of thin air. And the banks are the same. Madness.
Mm-hmm.
It's madness. It truly is madness. And I don't know what's going to happen. I do think we're ready for a crash. I think everything's just got to go tits up. It's going to go tits up. All in one go.
Mm-hmm.
Stop big corporations buying land, wealth instead of food. We need the land. See, that's interesting you say that, right? And Pete, I don't know if you're still in the chat there. because I know that Pete's a farmer. But there's farmers round about me that don't. They've got fields and fields and fields that are just all overgrown. They've no. Last year they were full of stuff, right? And I says to one of them, I says, "Why are you no planting in the fields?" Oh, the EU's giving me like something like £20,000 or whatever it is, not to plant anything in the fields. But they're saying that there's food shortages. I don't get it.
You artificially create the problem. You're allowing someone to finance a solution.
Aye, I know someone. Aye,
it's like medical insurance. Hospitals, they used to charge a fair way in order to to get people to take care of medical needs. Then health insurance came by. Here in the States, taxes are so difficult to file because companies like H&R Block and TurboTax, they rallied against Congress to make sure the tax process was kept difficult, even though they already have everything they need in order to take care of taxes, just like everybody else in the world.
See, tax in some ways is a good idea, but in some ways it's a bad idea because it's just stealing from people. You think about the money. I mean, the British government have gave Ukraine billions in money. And our infrastructure's falling apart. Our schools are falling apart. Our hospitals are falling apart. But we're giving people money to buy weapons to blow up other people. The British taxpayer didn't pay for that. That money should be coming back into the UK again and getting reinvested in the UK and in clean energy and stuff like that. And it's the same for the US. The money that you are giving to the Ukraine and that shouldn't really be going over there. It should be coming back to the US and it should be getting into your infrastructure.
Founding fathers preached when they first built this nation that we need to be importing more than we export more than we import.
Yeah.
And that we failed at that.
Oh, yeah. That was the UK. The UK at one point was exporting its steel. It was exporting its... we're exporting everything. And now we import everything. But that's the problem. Because we're dependent on other countries, they can charge what they want.
Exactly.
For stuff. So they're basically holding us at ransom. Because we don't make a steel anymore, they can say, "Oh, I want it at that," and they'll be like, "Oh, it's too dear." And they'll be like, "What you got to do? Where you got to get it for?" Do you know what I'm saying? Look, guys, it needs to be radically changed. You've no idea the corruption in the governments in the world. The UK is really bad. The UK government is really badly corrupt. And it's the same. You just look at Joe Biden. Oh my God. How is that guy president? Seriously?
I find it funny in this woke culture. They want him to be president so damn bad, but you actually look at some of his early works. He was a racist motherfucker.
Yeah. What's that once in there? That's been going on for decades. Ireland, it was called Set Aside. Look, the British Empire isn't the British Empire anymore. I will say this, the British Empire have done a lot of bad things in their life. A lot of bad things, but so is the Americans. You've done quite a lot of horrible things. Get what I mean? I mean, look at America. They know you just invade any countries if you need oil or whatever. They say there was weapons of mass destruction. He had nothing. Saddam Hussein had no weapons of mass destruction. And they used that as a lie to get in there to take the oil fields.
Yep.
Right? And the UK were like, "Oh yes, we're your lapdog, we'll follow you in." You know, but we got to recut out it. But things are starting to change now because Putin is siding with all the other countries and they're all starting to stand up against the dollar. And that's a very bad thing that's happening.
They realize how far it's become. The U.S. has cared more about trans rights than actually making sure their infrastructure is solid. And the rest of the world knows it.
Don't you worry, all those trans people can join the military and fight the Russians.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
They're all willing to want. They're all wanting the same amount of rights until they want to have to deal with the same responsibilities to maintain those rights.
I know someone that works in a military recruiting office, and he's actually he's high up sergeant. I'm not telling you what military he's in, American, but I'm not telling you what he's in. And he was telling me that as soon as a war starts, you'll get all these people that wanted to be in, no one to go. And there's no. He watched them one day. He's telling me he's actually a US Marine, and he tells us one day. He says he was watching them, and it was these trans people in the military, and he says they'll never make it as soldiers. Never. They couldn't even climb out of the thing. They couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. And that's what's got to be fighting to save your country. That's what I'm going to say about that. They'll not last for long. You know?
Honestly, the situation needs to make it to where we need to start finding reasons to come together. I see it all the time. You know, there's these groups that try to say they're all about love and light. You actually look at what they're doing. They're trying to pick apart every single individual, trying to say that, oh, they're compromised, oh, they're lying, oh, they're doing this, oh, they're doing that. You're only pushing division. Now, if someone is purposely coming out with the intent to cause harm, obviously do the right thing, call them out. Then more of that needs to be done.
Before we go, did you see the iPhone store getting robbed in America?
Yep.
Now, obviously, they couldn't use their phones because they were tracked and they were display models, right? Did you see what happened when the police caught them? Now, the mainstream media don't talk about this. It was all the youths for a certain people had dropped them on. They were all smashing them up because the alarms started sounding on them because they were tracked. Of course, 20 police officers turned up. The police went to arrest every one of them. Now, bear this in mind, they had pictures of the CCTV cameras. They were there. They started to arrest them and they said, stop arresting us, you're a racist. And there was people in the crowd saying, oh, you're being racist because you're arresting them. Let them go. But they just broke into an iStore and stole all the phones. That's the mentality of the people nowadays. They're idiots.
Yeah, it's like the... Now, unfortunately, it's a sad situation because the woman was pregnant, but there was this woman who was busted for shoplifting alcohol, who ended up getting shot by police. You know, people were trying to say, "Oh, she didn't accelerate the car. She wasn't trying to run over the cop." The body cam footage shows she slammed on the brakes, slammed on the gas, and tried to run over a cop, and that's what ended up getting her shot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a sad situation because she was 6 months pregnant. I will get that much, but
it's no that. It's just there's been cases out there where police officers have been attacked. The police officer drew their gun to defend themselves, and then the police officer goes to jail for it. And what they meant to do, just let them murder their partner in front of them, then arrest them.
No, these people aren't wanting equal rights. They're wanting the ability to bully others like they perceive themselves to have been bullied.
Yeah.
They're wanting a free pass to do whatever the hell they want.
Exactly. They want to do anything they want because of what happened long ago. What happened long ago was terrible, but that's then and this is now. They need to let that go because we don't do that anymore.
BLM and LGBT are starting to wrap up with the maps. It's like, I'm sorry, if you're relying on pedophiles to lead you, you're not a cause worth fighting for.
Yeah. There's Christopher A. Exactly.
I mean, it shouldn't matter what your skin color, your sexual orientation, none of that. But we're only falling into the trap of division by the people that are trying to take advantage of these situations, as well as the people trying to call out of it.
There's a message there. they were bad here in Canada. I'm going to say this right now, right? Both my grandfathers fought in World War II. One against the Japanese and one against the Germans. Both Navy, right? One was an aircraft carrier, the other was like a battleship or something like that. Something seemed in the same lines. What was that? Did you see that in Canada where they were all applauding and saluting the Nazi? Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that shit.
That guy was in the SS. That guy was an SS soldier. And they were all saluting him.
Exactly.
And clapping for him.
The Nazis fucking won. The Nazis fucking won. They're the ones behind. They've infiltrated every single political movement in order to cause more division because they realize we're just looking for excuses to hate on each other.
Yeah.
Every single political movement, spiritual, intelligence organizations, every single one has been infiltrated, and we have got to pull our heads out of our asses.
Yeah. That should
Simple
never
as
have
that.
That Trudeau guy should be removed from office. Honestly, Justin Trudeau, or whatever his flipping name is, he shouldn't be in power. I mean, Jesus Christ, they were all saluting an SS soldier.
Oh no, they're going to try to justify Trudeau because wasn't it also Trudeau that's been speculated to have had a gay affair with the French Prime Minister?
Yeah.
They're going to back him now because of that.
I will say what's happening in Canada is quite bad because did you see they're euthanizing people in Canada? Did you see that?
Yep.
Kids, because they've got stuff wrong with them. I mean.
Yep. And who else did that? Nazis.
Yeah. What's wrong with your boy? Oh, he's a great boy. He's nothing wrong with him. He can live. What's wrong with him? He's got a lump off to the gaff chamber. It's mad. It really is. Which as the mind boggles when Europe realizes on what and
realize on wheat and barley from Ukraine.
Yeah. Yeah. It's madness. So on that thought, guys, we've been here for about an hour and a half. Do we have a show next week, Dakota? On Saturday and Sunday?
We just might. I mean, we gotta do something on Sunday. That's our 2-year anniversary. That's the week after that. Never mind.
Must have been after that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all have a fantastic week. And if the NSA or the FBI or CIA come to your door, tell them to fuck off.
I would probably not say no to a KGB agent because I don't know what the first infiltration.
I was going to do a Russian voice there, but I couldn't do it. I just went, "Ow!" I don't know. I used to be able to do it.
I don't know. The next time I do a broadcast alone, I'm probably going to get a lot of Russians tonight.
Hey,
lads, great crack tonight. Good luck.
So if you're not clapping your dog tonight, as that's what one would say.
See, told you were lying.
But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for being a member. If you would like to become a member, you click the members box after the live. We'll see you through the week, and we will see you on Saturday and Sunday. Bye-bye.
We'll see you next time. Much love. Take care. Hopefully this will actually close out like it's supposed to.
Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today, ladies and gentlemen. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe anywhere you see Bald and Bonkers for even more insanity. Be sure to spread the love to the Bald and Bonkers boys' other endeavors. And a special thank you to our audience, guests, and everyone else who helps make this crazy ride happen. Amazing things are ahead. Learn more by visiting www.baldandbonkers.net. See you next time. Much love and take care.